We're saying people stay quiet. We are seeing organizations stay quiet. We are seeing those who are capitulating to clearly unconstitutional threats. And these are the things that we are witnessing each day in these last few months in our country. And it understandably creates a great sense of fear. Because, there were many things that we knew would happen. Many things. I'm not here, so I told you so. I swore I wasn't going to say
that. Good morning, YouTube family. So I wanted to make a really quick video regarding Kamala Harris's speech. I believe this is her first public speech since she lost the election in 2024. And she had a line in there and she basically said, I was not going to say I told you so. And I was yelling in my house, say it, sis, because we know that we live in the United States of amnesia. We live in a country that does not want to face its past, does not want to fess up to its past. And every time you call out systemic oppression, racism, anything of that nature, it's automatically dismissed as you're playing a race card. These things are not true. We've come so far. There's a lot of people in this country that did not vote for Kamala Harris because she has black in her and because she has a uterus. And that's something we need to be very honest and very transparent about. She's a much better human than I inspired to be, because I would have said it. That would have been my first sentence. I would have got up there and said, I told y'all, I told y'all. But you couldn't bring yourself to vote for this woman because she's a woman and because she's a black woman. And look at what we're dealing with. The Dow Jones took a nosedive 1,600 points yesterday. The most in 5 years. The methods that Donald Trump is using are basically the methods that were used before the Great Depression. And people are still holding out, believing that he has some kind of magical plan. Or I said on Anna Navarro is a View host. I said on Anna Navarro page, she shared some literature, some information. And I said, this country hates black people, black women so much that it voted for its own demise. And I'm going to stick by that statement because I believe it wholeheartedly. I will never get on this platform. I will never get on any platform and say that Kamala Harris was a perfect candidate. She was not, but she was better than this. She was going to be better than this. Federal workers being fired. The Dow Jones dropping 1,600 points. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, running around with a chainsaw, almost mimicking and making fun of the fact that he's firing middle-class people. Signalgate. You have the top officials in our national security basically texting war secrets. This is a mess in every way possible. And then Pete Hegseth, the most unqualified person, but he went after the person that had his position before, saying that he was unqualified and he was DEI, when that man had 41 years of experience. This is all about race. You can believe whatever you want. God bless your testimony. But I know different. I know better because of my experience living in this country. And so now everybody, like I said, I am a part of the 92%. I'm going to educate I told y'all this. I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to be aware of what's going on, but I'm not going to get angry. America voted for its demise. And what exactly am I going to do about it? And I'm not saying, because people like to jump in my comments and like to insinuate and assume, I am not saying that every person that voted for Donald Trump is racist, but every racist voted for Donald Trump. So you do with that what you will. So here we are. And everybody wants to be outraged now. It's too late now. Everybody wants to, I can't believe I regret my vote. It's too late now. So, like I said, I'm going to forever and always love God. I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to raise my dogs. I'm going to make sure I am educated. I'm going to make sure I'm you know, I don't know, keeping myself informed. I'm going to make sure to let you guys know and articulate everything that I know. If I make a mistake, if something turns out to not be the case, I'm going to admit it because I'm a person. I am not human. What I do know, this is a mess. They had yesterday Senator Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul coming out against Donald Trump. And so it's like, you guys supported him and you knew what he was going to do, because Donald Trump gets so much credit for the economy that he inherited from Barack Obama. If you understand the economy, yes, he was in office when things were going well before he got in office, but when he got in office, things were really well. That was Obama's economy. Like that's the thing people are not understanding. And so he gets all this credit like he's just like this economist or this. He gets credit for things that he does not deserve credit for. And so there are people, I'm sure, there are people that voted for Donald Trump because they thought that he was going to lower the price of eggs on day one. I knew he wasn't going to do that. I knew he literally couldn't do that. He couldn't do that. It's not even in his bandwidth to do that. So him saying, I'm going to lower the price of eggs on day one, and everybody like, yay! And I'm like, what? They believe that? So here we are. I have not watched all of Kamala Harris's speech because I heard that line and I was like, sis, you are much, much better human than I even want to be. Because I would have got up there and showed my black ass. I would have. And that's the reason why I don't work in politics. Because I don't know how to play the game. When I open my mouth, what I believe comes out. Ask my mother. I got in trouble my whole life because of it. I'm never going to get in any room and say what I'm supposed to say. I'm going to say what I believe, what I feel, my true opinions, my true ideologies all the time. I don't care who I'm around. I don't care how inappropriate it may come off. This is what I believe. I would have gotten on that stage and my first sentence would have been, I told y'all. My second sentence would have been, this country hates black women so much, you voted for your own demise. My third sentence would have been like, I'm going home to my husband. Y'all made y'all decision. So, I know people, that's not the way. The truth is, she'll set you free. That's what I would have said. And would have walked off the stage, grabbed my husband and our children, and I would have got in my car and I would have went home. Y'all made y'all decision. I'm going to respect it. And so, I'm just waiting on the day that the country admits why it truly voted for this man who didn't have a plan, who was on the campaign trail talking about cats and dogs, who is now putting in place the most unqualified, mediocre white men ever. It is what it is, ain't it? At this point, because what happens at this point? Kamala's supposed to get up there and what, y'all looking for her to save y'all? The person that you voted against because she have a uterus and because she got black in her? Now people, where is Kamala Harris? She at home minding her business because that's where you guys sent her. You sent her home to mind her business. So that's what she's doing. So when she comes out and speaks, and I know you're supposed to play the game and say all of the things, I don't have it in me. That's probably why I should never work in politics, because I'm telling you, I will get right on that stage. Yeah, this what y'all get. That's why people don't invite me to speak at things. Because I'm telling you, as soon as the mic is on, okay, my turn. This what y'all get. I told y'all. Now I'm going home to my husband. Bye. It is what it is. I just wanted to make that quick video. I'm going to share some of the speech with you guys. And of course, I'm going to finish watching the speech. But I heard that and I was just like, oh, I got to make a video. Because she was basically sneaking it in there, but she ain't said like I would have said it. I would have said it. I would have pissed everybody off. All the communication people, no, don't say that. I wouldn't need no communication director or anything. Baby, I'm going to get up here and speak directly from my heart. I don't need you to write no speech for me. I don't need you to tell me anything. I'm going to get up here and I'm going to tell them what they need to hear. We live in the United States of amnesia. And until this country admit to its biases and its racist ideologies, not everybody, I'm sure, I'm positive, there are people who voted for him because they thought that he was going to make things better. But I am also sure, and I am also positive, there are people that voted for him because Kamala has black in her and she has a uterus. And those people that are now making videos talking about they regret their vote, okay. So, I'm just being honest. I'm going to always pick up this camera and be completely transparent. She's a much better human than I will ever be because they would not have gotten off that easy. And it's not even a matter of you have to believe in her policies and her ideologies, because not everything that she said on the campaign trail I was in agreement with. But when you vote in this country, I keep saying this, when you vote in this country, you vote for the lesser of the two evils. I've never met one politician, other than Jasmine Crockett, I am aligned with on a lot of things. But I've never met one politician that I agree with wholeheartedly. Never. I've never met one human that I agree with wholeheartedly. But what I knew is that Kamala Harris wasn't going to be this harmful. That's what I knew. And other people made their choice, and now this is what we have. So, you guys have a phenomenal day. I have a lot of running around to do today, but I'll make sure this video is up. And like I said before, thank you guys very much for being here. I always say we're not going to agree on everything. As long as people are respectful, we can have a conversation about it. But I'm being honest, they give me a mic. I could see them saying, cut! No, you can't say that. You can't. Don't put no mic in front of me because you want me to tell you what I think? Here we go. So again, have a great day. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.